Did you know that whales possess an uncanny ability to recognize human cries of distress? These magnificent creatures with their complex communication systems have been observed reacting to sounds that are distinctly human. Researchers believe these gentle giants can differentiate such sounds from mere ocean noise. Through extensive studies, scientists have documented instances where whales have altered their behavior in response to human distress signals, and are even known to respond with what appears to be concern. This behavior suggests a level of empathy that is both fascinating and humbling. This empathy for a species vastly different from their own speaks volumes about the interconnectedness of all living creatures. It challenges us to rethink our relationship with the natural world and the creatures that inhabit it. The story of Jonah and the whale takes this connection a step further, plunging us into a world where the divine intertwines with the natural, where ancient tales reflect the deep bond between humans and these majestic beings, and a desperate cry for help is answered in the most extraordinary way. This narrative not only captivates our imagination, but also reminds us of the profound mysteries that lie beneath the ocean's surface. Jonah was a man on a mission, albeit a mission he wanted no part in. God had called upon him, a prophet of Israel, to travel to the great city of Nineveh. The Ninevites were notorious for their wickedness, and Jonah was tasked with delivering a message of impending doom. However, Jonah's heart was heavy. He wanted no part in their salvation. He couldn't bear the thought of God showing mercy to those he deemed utterly undeserving.
So I boarded a ship headed in the opposite direction, hoping to escape God's command.
Jonah's defiance did not go unchallenged. The sailors, seasoned and brave, were not prepared for what was to come. A furious storm, whipped up by the wrath of God, descended upon the ship. The skies darkened, and the winds howled with an unearthly fury. The vessel tossed and turned violently, as if it were a mere toy in the hands of a vengeful deity, threatening to break apart at any moment. The creaking of the wood and the snapping of the mast filled the air. The terrified sailors, seasoned men of the sea, found themselves facing a force beyond their comprehension, found themselves completely outmatched by the sheer ferocity of the tempest. Their efforts to control the ship were in vain. They realized this was no ordinary storm. The supernatural nature of the tempest became evident.
This is no ordinary storm. It must be a divine punishment.
The lot has fallen upon Jonah. He is the cause of our plight.
I confess my sin. I am the reason for this storm. Throw me overboard and the sea will calm. It is the only way to save yourselves. My sacrifice is the only way to appease the raging sea. Do not hesitate, for your lives depend on it.
Confronted with their accusations and the undeniable fury of the storm, Jonah confessed his sin. He knew there was no other way. And the undeniable fury of the storm, Jonah confessed his sin. He admitted his guilt with a heavy heart. He urged the sailors to throw him overboard, believing his sacrifice was the only way to appease the raging sea. Believing his sacrifice was the only way to appease the raging sea. With a resigned determination, he accepted his fate.
He cried out to God a prayer of repentance and utter surrender. He acknowledged his rebellion and pleaded for forgiveness. He found himself in the belly of the beast, surrounded by darkness and the stench of fish. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah remained trapped within the living tomb, the weight of his disobedience crushing him. Yet it was in this most unlikely of places that Jonah found his voice. A great fish, sent by God, swallowed Jonah whole. As Jonah plunged into the churning waters, a colossal creature emerged from the depths.
God, in his infinite mercy, heard Jonah's heartfelt plea. Jonah, who had been swallowed by a great fish, found himself in the depths of despair. Yet, even in the belly of the beast, he prayed fervently, seeking forgiveness and a second chance. He commanded the fish to vomit Jonah out onto dry land, a physical manifestation of Jonah's spiritual rebirth. As Jonah lay on the shore, he felt the weight of his past mistakes lift, replaced by a newfound purpose. Given a second chance, Jonah traveled to Nineveh, his heart transformed by his ordeal. The journey was long and arduous, but Jonah was driven by a divine mission, his steps guided by faith.
He delivered God's message, warning the Ninevites of their impending destruction. His voice, once filled with doubt, now carried the weight of divine authority echoing through the streets of the great city.
To Jonah's astonishment, the people of Nineveh, from the king down to the lowliest citizen, repented in sackcloth and ashes. The entire city, moved by Jonah's words, turned their hearts towards God, seeking mercy and forgiveness. They turned from their wicked ways, their cries for mercy reaching the heavens. The night sky filled with stars bore witness to their collective repentance, a testament to the power of sincere contrition.
God, witnessing their genuine remorse, relented and spared the city. The people of Nineveh rejoiced, their hearts filled with gratitude and relief, knowing they had been given a second chance.
The story of Jonah and the whale is a powerful reminder of the depths of God's mercy and the transformative power of repentance. It shows that no matter how far one strays, redemption is always within reach. It underscores the profound connection between all creatures, even between a prophet and a whale. This bond, forged in the depths of the ocean, speaks to the interconnectedness of all life. It begs the question, in a world where whales still respond to human cries for help, could such a miraculous rescue occur today? The story challenges us to reflect on our own lives and the possibility of redemption in our modern world. So what do you think? Could God really use a whale to save a man? Jonah's story may sound unbelievable, but it's a powerful reminder that no place is too deep, no situation too far gone for God to reach. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps spread timeless Bible stories that still speak truth into our lives today. Next up, the powerful lesson of the Good Samaritan. You won't want to miss it.